Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision.
Hey everybody, welcome to Fabulous Living with Angela Jones. I'm your host, Angela Jones, and this is my very first show. I am so excited that you decided to tune in and watch today. This has been something that's been a desire of mine for a long time. I watched people on television doing this kind of thing, and I'm like, I think I could do that. You all, I'm sure, will let me know if I can or I cannot. But I just wanted to say I'm super psyched about being here today and showing you a little bit about what I do when I'm not here and when I'm here. First of all, I just want to say thank you to all my family and friends who are in today. Y'all make a little noise. I thank everybody for their love and support. This has been a journey, and I cannot express enough how excited I am. But before I kind of get into everything, I just kind of want to share a little bit about me. Since this is the first show, and I think we need to get a little acquainted with each other and get to know each other a little bit. So I'm going to start by sharing a little bit about me. I'm a native Washingtonian, born and raised here in the city, and moved out to Prince George's County, lived out there for a little while. I'm the oldest of three, only girl. My parents are Southern Alabama natives, so I definitely have some Southern sensibilities. So I started cooking at about 12. I distinctly remember getting I don't know if you all remember those little Scholastic books that you could bring home, like the list of the books that you could select from. I actually started getting those, and instead of ordering like Charlotte's Web or Judy Blume books, I ordered cookbooks. So that's where my love of cooking began. I come from a long line of wonderful cooks on both sides of my family. Cooking and entertaining is in my blood. My great aunt often had, she would have like ladies' teas and things like that. And when I would come down for the summer to Alabama, I would love when she would happen to have those on a Saturday when I was there, because I could get to help her make the little sandwiches and cut the crust off and, set the table and have everything ready for tea. Those are very fond memories, and those really molded and shaped me into who I am and what I love. So by day, I'm an administrator. I've been doing that for about 25 years, but honestly, my passion is food and entertaining, and I dabble a little bit with fashion and beauty and that kind of thing too, because I've had a past doing that as well. So I guess you can say I'm a Jill of all trades in a sense. I've done a little bit of everything. I've managed a fine dining restaurant. I've done some event planning, wedding planning, a little bit of catering. I've also worked in the retail field and worked in the cosmetics world, so that's where I kind of get my little love for beauty and fashion and things like that too. So I am, I guess what you would say, a well-rounded person. I like to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but at the heart of it is cooking and baking and entertaining, because I feel like our homes are, our homes should be our hearts, and I feel like we often don't spend enough time there and entertain and share our homes with other people, and that's what I love to do. I am happiest, my family and friends over here can vouch for this, when I am cooking and baking and entertaining in my home. To me, that brings me complete joy. So what I want to do is show you how you can do that and add a little sparkle to everyday life, because that's really what life is about. I feel that life should be lived fully, and I feel like it should be lived fabulously. Hence, the name of the show is Fabuleux Living with Angela Jones. Fabuleux is French for fabulous, and I think that's how we should be living our lives. So that's what I hope to bring to you each and every week, through interviews with people, going about town, seeing the different things that are going on in the city, cooking, of course, baking, of course, and a little bit of decorating. So a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's why it's a lifestyle show. I failed to say that this show is birthed out of my blog. I started a blog about 2.5 years ago, the same name, so you can definitely find me online at the blog at www.fabuleuxliving.com. So the show is actually going to be me bringing the blog to life every week. That is my goal. I want to show you in little ways, little things that you can do to just kind of elevate your living, because that's what it's all about, in my opinion. So today we are going to first, I know you see all of this around me and you're wondering what is going on. So clearly, let me be very, very candid. I am not a sports person. My family can vouch for this. I know nothing about football. And a little bit later, you'll say, really? She should really know a little bit more. We'll get into that a little bit later in the show. But I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge the fact that it's Super Bowl Sunday. So I had to introduce ways that we can kind of elevate our Super Bowl party. So today's show is going to be all about ways, tips actually, to hosting a stylish Super Bowl party. You like that? So I'm just gonna show you a couple of little things that you can do to kind of take your Super Bowl party to the next level. Now, I know that you've already planned your party, you've already been to Costco, you've already done all of your shopping, but what I want to do today is show you different little tips that you can take even beyond the Super Bowl party today, that you can use. This theme can actually be used for a boys' football party. You can definitely use this whole kind of setup for a fight party. March Madness is coming up, the NBA Finals, I think the All-Star Game, something like that. But yeah. Some of those little sports things are coming up soon, so you'll definitely be able to use some of these tips for that. So I believe in having a good time. I believe in laughing. Y'all will find out I'm a little corny. My brother will vouch for that because he always says I'm corny. He's over there cheering. But I feel like life should be about having a good time and having fun. And each week, I want you to take away something that you learn, and you say, "Hey, I can actually use that." You know, that tip that Angela gave me is something that I could actually apply to my everyday life. That is what I hope to do. So, after a short break, we'll be right back, and I'll be able to show you some tips and tricks for having a fabulous Super Bowl party. I'll be right back.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Hey y'all, welcome back to Fabulous Living with Angela, Fabulous Living with Angela Jones. Next up, we're going to get into some appetizers. Super Bowl parties are all about the snackage. You need to have a boatload of snacks for people to nosh on during your event. Of course, we're going to have our staples. I have some popcorn and potato chips and pretzels and things like that. And then I have some other little treats we'll get into as well. But first of all, before we even do that, let's back up, and I want to kind of give you some key plays. I'm going to try to use some football terminology today, so say a prayer for me. But I'm going to give you some key plays to having a successful Super Bowl party. One, this party should be no fuss, no muss. You don't really want this party to be, this is not the party where you bring out your china, of course, and your table, your fine linens. This is the party where you want to have, it should be fun. It should be casual. It should be easy. How about that? The next thing is presentation is key. I'm all about the presentation. Different little things that will kind of help you elevate your party. Like, for instance, I have popcorn, but I put them in these really cute popcorn boxes. So it looks like you're really at a concession stand at a football game. The other thing that I did is, let me grab this, is these lovely little place cards that I did to show, Jay, can you get that? Let in the right camera. These lovely little place cards that I did for each, for at least most of the dips that I wanted to make sure they were identifiable. And I did them in the colors of the Philadelphia Eagles. We know that the Patriots are also in the game today, but we here, me and my family, we are rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles. We are not rooting for the New England Patriots. Sorry, all of my listeners who are New England Patriots fans, if that really disappoints you, but that's what we're doing here. So that's kind of what the color scheme is. Now, of course, if you wanted to do your party, you can definitely have both teams represented. You know, the colors and the mascot and everything for both teams. But today, I decided to kind of go with a more Philadelphia-esque theme. So my colors are going to be the white, the black, silver, and the midnight green, which are the Philadelphia Eagles colors. So I think it's fun to inject the colors and add some fun things, different little fun little elements to your party. And last but not least, let's keep the menu simple. People want wings today. They don't want coq au vin. I know you're like, what? Anyway, that's my point. They don't want anything fancy. People want nachos. They want burgers. They want pizza. They want all kinds of bad cheesy dips and beer, and that's what they want today. So that's what we're going to give the people today, but we're going to just take it up a little bit of a notch. So as I said, in addition to the other snacks, I think that you still should have some other things on your menu. And one of the first things I want to show you is spinach dip. Now, spinach dip is my replacement for like nachos. So it's very creamy, it's cheesy, it has cream cheese, Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, half and half, fresh spinach, and I baked it in a bread bowl. Bonus, so that's one less bowl to clean. So you need to thank me for that. But it's great because you can just serve it right here in the bowl, which is amazing. And it's a very creamy dip, and it's perfect. Perfect bite. I don't know if you can get that, Jay. It's a perfect bite. And it's a nice way to switch it up from doing nachos, like I said. Now let me tell you what the piece de resistance is with the spinach dip. Fry your own chips. Yes, fry your own chips. That's a boss move. Do not buy chips from the store when you can easily make them yourselves. And I'm going to tell you how you make them. Vegetable oil in a skillet. Let it get to like a medium high heat. You're going to take your tortillas, cut them into triangles, and then you're going to fry them. Drain them on paper towel, sprinkle them with a little sea salt, and you are all set with hot, fresh tortilla chips. I'm telling you, once you try your own tortilla chips, you will not buy another bag of tortilla chips. Now, a couple of tips on the spinach dip and the tortilla chips. One, back to the spinach dip. With the spinach dip, you want to make sure that if you're using frozen spinach, I used fresh spinach, but you can definitely use frozen spinach. Frozen spinach holds a lot of water, so you want to make sure that you drain, after you finish sauteing the spinach, you want to make sure you drain all of that water off. We do not want the water in our spinach dip. That will be a flag on the play or something like that, I think. So we don't want to do that. If you do fresh spinach, make sure you cut the stems off the spinach because we don't want stems in the dip either. So those are my two tips for that. Now, as far as the chips, when you're placing the chips into your pan, do not overcrowd your pan because if you overcrowd the pan, it won't take as long to get it. You just don't want to overcrowd it, much like when you're frying chicken or anything. You don't want the pan. We're about to have another situation going on here with the popcorn. But we don't want to overcrowd the pan because then the chips won't get as done and as crisp as we want them to be. And that's the whole point. We want crisp chips. Another tip on the chips is buy authentic tortillas. I won't name any names, but don't buy the authentic ones that you see in the Hispanic section of the grocery store. If you have a Latin grocer in your neighborhood, those are the best ones to get because you're going to get the real deal Holyfield when it comes to the chips. So that's it with the spinach dip. Now the other thing that you can do with this too is that I bought some pineapple guacamole. It is delicious. And the beauty of this is along with the spinach dip, you can also have the guacamole along with the chips. So you kind of have like a 2-for-1 kind of deal, which is nice. Now next, I want to show you a salmon ball. This is one of my tried and true recipes. I often make it for parties and things like that, and everybody loves it. What it is it's canned salmon, cream cheese, a little Worcestershire sauce. I know, try saying that fast 3 times. I could barely say it once. A little bit of fresh lemon juice, garlic, salt, and pepper. You form it into a ball. Typically you form it into a ball, a round ball. But today, because it's Super Bowl Sunday, I formed mine into a football shape. And I have it on a bed of fresh spinach so that it mimics a turf. Isn't that cute? So we're going to cover them so it really looks like a football. We're going to cover it with chopped pecans. And these pecans came all the way from Alabama. Thank you, Mommy. They are nice and meaty. The pecans, these are grown in Alabama, which is where my parents are from and where they live. These are fresh pecans all the way from Alabama. So what I'm doing is I am pressing the nuts down into the tops and the sides of the dip, of the spread. And you can make different variations of this too, by the way. You can also decide you want to put in, you can add some cheddar cheese into it. Parmesan would work well. There are a number of different things that you can do to make this dish your own. But I kind of like it the way I've been making it for years, clearly, because I've been making it for years. But you can always make different variations to make it your own. So I'm just going to finish applying the rest of the nuts here. Okay, you all get the basic idea. And then what we're going to do is, for the strings on the football, we have mozzarella string cheese. Imagine that. So we have that. We're going to place it at each end. I don't know what these are called, but wherever those little lines are on the football, y'all know what I'm talking about. Those little strings here in the middle. I know these are the strings. I don't know what those are. I guess those are just lines, but there. Then we kind of want to press that down into it a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and finish dressing it and put the rest of the, the pecans on the back. And then we're all set. This can be served with crackers. You can serve it with baguette rounds, like toasted baguette rounds. But I prefer just serving them with crackers. It works. It's basic. It works. It's classic. But again, you can do whatever you'd like. And there you have it. We have our salmon ball, spinach dip, and our snack table is set for the Super Bowl. So after this short break, we're going to, we're kind of like, I'm going to say right now we're in the second quarter. That's what I'm going to say. We're kind of the intro was the first quarter. Our appetizers were the second quarter. Y'all like all this football talk I'm doing? This is the most I've ever talked football, okay? And then we're going to have a little halftime entertainment. It's not Justin Timberlake or Bruno Mars or anybody like that, but you're going to enjoy the halftime show that I have prepared for you. We'll be right back.
Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision, Listen Vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen Vision, Listen Vision. Listen Vision. Listen vision, listen vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision, DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision, DC's #1 recording studio.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Fabulous Living with Angela Jones. We, as I said before, we went to break. We are about to start our halftime entertainment. I thought I'd break it up with the cooking and the food and all that a little bit, and I wanted to bring on a guest who knows a lot about football. Mr. Tony Young is the CEO of Maximus Sports, and he's also the founder of the Champion Road Scholars. He is the father of an NFL player. His son actually was one of the cornerbacks for the Baltimore Ravens. So he knows what it takes to raise an all-star player. So I thought that it would be great to have him get on to talk to us and learn a little bit about the recruiting process and what it takes to go to the next level. So give me a second. I'm going to call Tony right now.
Hello?
Tony?
Yes, how are you?
Hey there, it's Angela. How are you?
I'm doing fine, getting ready for this big game.
I know, I know. I'm not going to hold you for a long time. I wanted.
Oh, my time's all yours.
Oh, thank you so much. I wanted Tony to come in, but he was like, and sis, he's my brother's, one of my brother's closest friends. He was like, it's the Super Bowl. Can I call in? I said, okay, that's fine. So let's just get right into it. First of all, I want to thank you for taking time out of your Super Bowl Sunday to talk to me. And I want you to tell our listeners a little bit about what student athletes and parents need to know about the recruitment process. So tell me a little bit about Maximus and tell me about the Champion Road Scholars. I love that name, by the way. I love that little play on words. So it's the Champion Road, everybody, ROAD, like a play on the whole Road Scholars thing, which I think is so cute and
Yep.
catchy. So tell us about what you do, Tony. What was the motivation?
Basically, we started taking kids on college road tours, better position themselves to gain a collegiate scholarship, and meanwhile, they're saving their parents money as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main caveat of what we actually do on our main services that we do through our nonprofit.
Okay. So tell me, what's the biggest misconception that both parents and student athletes have about the whole recruitment process? Because I think that people kind of think that it's so, they have this whole pie in the sky kind of idea about what that whole process is about. So tell me what what you think the biggest misconceptions are about that process.
Well, there's definitely a few misconceptions, but I would say
I'm
the
sure.
main one
Okay.
I would say is most kids and parents think they have to be the high profile, sort of kid in order to gain a scholarship. But there's a college on many levels that can attend, not, that they can attend, not just D1 level. So, and our motto is the kids, there's a college for you, no matter what level of player you are.
Awesome, awesome. So there you're saying that a lot of people think that you only can make it if you're, really good and you can go to a D1 school, but you're letting kids know and parents know there are lots of other options. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. So tell me your advice not from the business standpoint of what you do, but tell me as a parent of a student, of a child who went through that whole process. Tell me what advice you would give as a parent. I think our listeners would like to know that.
Okay, well, to the kid and the parent, I would say definitely maintain a good to great GPA starting in the 9th grade of high school. Those are the grades that counts towards college. Work on your skill set and during the off season. That's where you actually learn to become a better player. And for the parents, invest in your child's skill training. Better to spend a couple of thousand over 4 years of high school training than to try and pay $40,000 to $50,000 a year for college tuition. That's like $160,000 to $200,000 in tuition. I mean, you do the math.
Right. It's a lot of money. Lot of money.
Exactly.
So tell me, who are you rooting for today?
Oh, well, a little background, a player, that have come under our mentoring and tutelage since the 9th grade is cornerback Ronald Darby, number 41 for the Philadelphia Eagles.
Ah.
So, I'm fly, Eagles fly.
Right. Awesome. Well, Tony, tell our listeners how they can get in touch with you on social media or email.
Okay, well, they definitely can go on social media. That's the best way. And they can go on Twitter at CRS Bus Tour, and you'll see parentheses DMV. So that's where you can get in touch with us through Twitter.
Okay, sounds good. Tony, thank you so much for taking time out of your Super Bowl Sunday to join us. Enjoy the game and take care. Talk to you soon. Thanks
and
again.
Anything for you, Angie, and listeners. Hey, tune in every time Angie's on the air.
Thank you, Tony, for that shout out.
All right.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
So that was our little halftime entertainment, you guys. So looks like we're running out of time. This hour went by very fast, so I want to get back to the food. We're going to dive right back in here, and I want to first show you these orange orange bourbon wings that I made. Now, you can't have a Super Bowl party without wings. Okay, let me tell y'all about me. I'm a very picky eater. Do not take, don't hold this against me, but I don't like chicken on the bone. I really only like like boneless chicken, but I knew if I came in here with some chicken that was boneless, that you all would be really salty with me. So I said, I gotta have wings. But I said, I'm not doing buffalo wings. I'm not doing barbecue wings. We're gonna do these spicy orange wings. And the sauce is killer. It's orange marmalade, orange juice, red pepper flakes. Oh, that's great. You can get a good shot of it. Salt, pepper, garlic, orange juice, bourbon. I don't drink, but I'm just saying, when you put a little liquor in any kind of cake or when you're making chicken, even a savory dish, it just adds another level of flavor to your dish. Trying to think if I caught everything that's in there. But these wings are amazing. Let me give you one quick tip, though, about the wings. If you want your wings, whether you're frying them or you're baking them or you're roasting them, whatever, to be a little crisper, when you're seasoning them with your salt and your pepper and everything, put a teaspoon per pound of baking powder in with the seasoning. That helps that coats the chicken and it makes them a little crispier. If I'm going to eat chicken on the bones, if y'all are going to make me eat chicken on the bone, then I want them to be extra crispy. Anybody that's from the DC area knows, fry my chicken hard, please. That's what I say, fry it hard. So if you want it to kind of have that crisp little taste to it, add a little bit of baking powder. Like I said, I made 5 pounds of chicken, so I added 5 teaspoons of the baking powder to my salt and pepper mixture and everything. And then I put that onto the chicken, roasted it, and then I poured the sauce in right before it finished baking. And there you have it. We have orange bourbon wings. Now, I have a confession. I was trying to be a little extra cute. I had it all themey, all planned out for you guys. And I was going to make some Philadelphia cheesesteaks. Wouldn't that have been cute? Well, I made them. They're over here. But I forgot the buns. Yo, it was a lot. I know. Oh, Lord, help me. Sorry. It was yeah. I forgot the buns, y'all. It was a lot bringing all this stuff in here. This is a studio, so I had to bring it all in here and make all of this look fabulous. So it was hard, so I forgot the buns. But anyway, let me get back on point here. You can also, I feel like it's really cool, like for something like this, like to, kind of keep up with the theme, I thought it would be awesome to do Philadelphia cheesesteaks. So I had little miniature buns. I had an all with the sauteed pepper and onions. Y'all are like, why are you telling me all this and you're not going to show it to us? Sorry. But anyway, that's what we had. And to go along with them, and even in general, a potato bar. So what I did was I just bought some potato wedges, some seasoned potato wedges, and then people can kind of build their own because fries are going to get soggy, but the wedges are going to be a little heartier, and then you can just kind of put that on your plate. I have pico de gallo, some bacon, some shredded cheese, and you can also put guac on it. I don't know where the guac is, but we had the guac out earlier. You can put the guac on it too. Sour cream, whatever toppings you want to add to it. But I just think that's a nice little side dish to have along with the cheesesteaks or the wings too. So let me tell you guys a little bit about the rest of the setup here because we're just about to run out of time and I want to make sure I get all this in for you. So what I did was, sidebar but related, Etsy is your friend when you're hosting a party. Home Goods is your friend when you're hosting a party. Michael's, all those stores. So I went on Etsy and I was able to see all these different ideas and printable things that you can download for free. So I decided to keep up with my theme here and I wanted to make this look like a referee at the game. So what I did was this is just an adhesive band. Put that on. I bought some whistles from Amazon, and voila, you have a nice little your bottled water. You kind of zhuzh it up a little bit and make it look, to fit in with your theme. Make it look like a referee. Whoop. And in addition to that, I did some miniature Cokes. Now, let me tell you one thing that I think is great. I don't like to buy full-size sodas because you're having a party there. You find them all night long, half, empty bottles or cups of soda. So I feel like this little 8-ounce that has come out now that they're making is perfect. And what I did was I wrapped it with a little ribbon that says, I don't know if you can see that, "Let's Go Defense." Isn't that cute? And I put a little silver and white straw, and I taped that to the side. And then I just tied that around there. Ribbon was $1 at Michael's. Again, they're your friends, people. They're your friends. Beautiful. And a nice little setup. And I don't know if you guys can, Jay, can they see over here? Yeah, I think they can. Over here, what I did was I decided to make this side of the table the rookie hydration station. Isn't that cute? Again, Etsy. So for all the kids and the people who don't drink, we've got the rookie hydration station. I feel like Vanna White. And over here, we have let me put the sign up because my flowers are covering it. We have the Pro Hydration Station, which is for the grown-ups, for the grown folks. This is where the grown folks drink. Okay, kids? This is where the grown folks drink. So, you want to make sure you have all the little accoutrements and everything to go with your thing. So I have some lime over there to go with the Coronas. We have the straws and everything all attached to the drinks on this side. And one other thing that I did, sorry, Jay, I'm bouncing back and forth. I'm going to show you this other little cutesy thing is I made some penalty flags. Real talk, I had to look up the color of penalty flags because I didn't know. So I discovered they were yellow. First I thought they were red. I had some red ones in my hand. Then I had to Google it. I'm like, oh, they're yellow. So here we are. I put the napkins, and this vase is a vase I already had at home. Instead of just like putting the napkins down on the table and fanning them out, just put them in a cute little vase. And I got this cute little clipboard sign for 50 cents at Michael's. I wrote in chalk, penalty flags. And there you are. They're the napkins. So we are going to take a very short break, and then we're going to wind down, guys, and go into the fourth quarter and get into the dessert, my favorite. We'll be right back.
Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Hey y'all, back for the fourth quarter. To me, I'm a dessert person. And I know people are thinking about the snacks and all the savory stuff, but to me, the dessert is the most important thing. So what I did today was I did some touchdown brownies. I made some brownies, and I don't know if we can. Let's see if I can tilt these up so you can see these, because you've got to see them. They're too cute to not see. Shout out to Wayne over here, my lovely assistant, who did all of the, in between the breaks. He told me to make sure I let everybody know that he did all the little lines for the football. So what I did, laces. My brother's like, laces, Angie, laces. Sorry, y'all. I was transparent. I told y'all I didn't know a lot about football. But anyway, what I did was made some brownies, some chocolate fudge brownies, put some chocolate frosting on them, and then I sprinkled them with green sprinkles to look like the turf. Then I dipped some strawberries and melted semi-chocolate, and then just used some white piping to make the football. And they're perfect. I have to pull one up so you can see it. Can you see that? Can we zoom in on that? So cute. Oh, yeah. Love that. I can't take all the credit for it. Again, Pinterest is your friend. Etsy is your friend. All those, please. Shout out to all, because I'm not even crafty, but I pulled it all together. I think I did okay. So before we go, I always like to send my guest home with a little treat. Again, I have Southern roots, so I think it's rude to not have something, a parting gift for people. So what I did was I made these cute little favors, and they're filled with, y'all remember Katydids back in the day? My goddaughter calls these Angie Dids. They're caramel pecans with melted chocolate on top. But mine, of course, we have to elevate it. It's salted, sea salted caramel over top of the pecans, and then the milk chocolate, and then we sprinkle them with a few flakes of sea salt on top. Put them in a cute little cellophane bag with a little ribbon, themed ribbon, football. We're all about football today. And there you have it. So that concludes my first show. Woohoo! I hope y'all had as much fun as I did. This was so much fun to pull together. Next week, I hope you make it back because we're going to be doing a little Valentine's themed show. So I have lots of fun things in store for us for that. Thank you guys for watching. You could have been doing a million other things, but I appreciate your watching. Last but not least, find me on Instagram and Facebook at Fabuleux Living. On Twitter, same thing. Blog, www.fabulousliving.com. Until next week, blessings.